Hi, I've been asked a question via my YouTube channel. What is seasonal affective disorder, or SAD? It's a relatively new disorder. Well, the disorder itself is not new. It's been around for a very, very long time, but it was only kind of recognized more recently, in several decades ago. So basically what it is, it's where with the changing of the seasons towards the autumn and winter, and there's less bright daylight, for example, in the Northern Hemisphere countries, we start to feel a little bit low. And then as the winter goes on, November, December, January, people with seasonal affective disorder can feel actually very quite depressed, and they exhibit all the main symptoms of depression, like sleep interruption. They might be sleeping much more than they usually would. They might find it difficult to sleep at night time. They keep waking up, going to sleep, waking up. Changes in their appetite. They could eat more as a result, kind of comfort eating, or they might lose their appetite to some extent where they can't be bothered to eat. Generally, they feel low in energy levels, low fatigue, low mood. They might feel tearful, crying, less energy, less inclination to socialize and meet friends, and basically a general feeling of sadness. And this often affects people in European countries such as Britain, for example. It probably affects people from around about mid to the end of November, and it gradually gets a little bit worse into January and February, when there's very little natural daylight, and then it starts to improve, or the person's mood starts to improve around about March and April, and they feel back to normal again by the time March, April, May comes, and there's nice bright days and sunlight and natural light around. Scientists don't really know for sure what causes it, but there's a part of the brain called the hypothalamus, which is certainly implicated in research that has been carried out. And the amount of natural daylight that comes into our eyes and is processed, and signals are sent to the brain, and in particular the hypothalamus, which affects a range of things like our appetite, our mood, and things like this. So scientists seem to think that that is implicated. That's one of the reasons. People also put forward the theory that, well, in the past, many animals, for example, and humans are animals if you think about it, from an evolutionary perspective, we are anyway, we're part of the animal kingdom. And in the past, many animals start to hibernate. They start to get very tired, lethargic, their appetite changes, they don't want to go out of the cave or the place that they call home very much, and they start to get very sleepy, and there's not much food about, so they hibernate. That's my very simplistic explanation of how animals hibernate. So some people have put forward this idea that perhaps it's a kind of hibernation for humans. We don't want to go out as much, our appetite is affected, our mood is affected, we possibly want to sleep more, things like this. And the changing of the natural daylight in autumn and winter kind of is a flick switch in the brain for this to happen for us. There are several other theories as well around the causes or things that play a part in seasonal affective disorder. But if you're affected by that, please do speak out. Go and see your general practitioner, your family doctor, and seek help and advice. Some people find antidepressants can be helpful for a short term during the winter months. Again, this is not medical advice. Speak to your physician or family doctor, a general practitioner about this. Some people find a good set of relief from SAD light boxes, and you can see these online on Amazon in your electrical stores, where you can buy a little lamp and follow the instructions, of course, but basically these lamps mimic natural daylight, and they give so many thousands of, I think they're called looms, which is the measurement of light that they give, natural daylight. Excuse me. And these light boxes supplement, or they replace the lack of light that is playing a part in the seasonal affective disorder, making us feel sad. And they really do work. They're not a perfect replacement for nice, bright, sunny days, of course, but certainly we crave light in the winter months, and this is one way of replacing some of that light that's not available for us in the natural world. Another solution, of course, is to in the winter time to go and live in a country where there's much more natural daylight. So in further south, for example, if you're in Europe, perhaps the south of Spain, south of Italy, north of Africa, places like this, you'd get a lot more natural daylight every day. And if you notice in the winter time, if you leave a country in perhaps the northern hemisphere or the northern part of Europe, and people are quite lethargic on their way to work and it's cold and dark, and you go on holidays for a few weeks to southern Europe, so southern Spain, southern Italy, for example, people are sat outside coffee shops, eating croissants, drinking coffee, having conversations. They've just got a t-shirt on, pair of shorts perhaps, and their sunglasses, and straight away you can sense the difference in the national mood, or certainly in the mood of people around you. So I think there's a lot to be said for bright sunny days, blue skies, fresh air, and nice sunshine. I hope that has helped answer that question, what is seasonal affective disorder? Stay tuned for many more questions that are sent to me, and I'll try and give them my best answer as a psychologist. Hope you find it useful. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.